I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired with yesterday. Fada, fada.
Hello and welcome, Rocket League fans. We are here and we are live. I'm FBI Tugbot. I'm here with Flater, and you got some EGFC action coming at you. This is Collegiate Rocket League. Let's get this one started. We got a lot of Rocket League here on the day, Flater.
Absolutely, a lot of Rocket League. And let's just start off with the very first series. What do we have here? It is Butler University going up against Xavier for our very first matchup. Butler currently standing at a 4-2 scoreline on the standings, along with Xavier at 4-1. So both of these teams are pretty close, and we're in the end game now in week 15 at the moment. So these are gonna be some of the final games that are gonna decide your overall standings before you head on into the playoffs. The second game of this week is gonna be St. John's University going up against DePaul. Both of them having a 1-4 and a 2-4 on the scoreline here on the statistics respectively. And to top it all off here, we'll be having, I believe it is Southern Utah University going up against UT Arlington to top it all off today.
Yes, absolutely. Southern Utah, UTA. Those matches way in the future. We're basically hopping on into the present right now because we got, like you said, 4-2 Butler, 10-4 overall on the year, right? 4-2 this split. Week 7 of this split, Week 15 overall, starting right now. Xavier 4-1, don't have the results from their last week's matches here, Flater, quite yet, but we'll get those to you guys just as soon as we can. Biggest matchup here, and I just want to kind of preface this a little bit because it is interesting, right? People, as we all know, it is March. It is the 15th right now. March Madness is literally starting tomorrow, basketball and stuff like that. And what we have here, Butler Xavier, is literally like a legendary basketball matchup, right? Butler just upset Xavier, who's like ranked like 13th or something like this, like a month ago or something like that in basketball, and to tie back their overall record, 13-13, like a lifetime history record. Obviously, Rocket League basketball, two very, very, very different games, but still, I think it's worth noting. How about that?
Absolutely, just very interesting to see the same university competing in various different sports. And, well, I am very proud to say that Rocket League is a part of one of those sports where we can compare these two universities. And, well, we're just about ready to head on into game number 1 here. First 20 seconds already down. We got Butler University applying tons of pressure.
Yes, the Butler Bulldogs going up against the Xavier Musketeers, a low roller, and Craig barely hops to this one. That's going to be enough to keep this scoreboard 0-0, Flater.
Still 0-0 right now. Kai, they're going to put that one on the scoreline with Craig going up high. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with for the second touch, though, with the second teammate. He is there. We got Kai on the ball, bouncing it high. Third man there to pick it up. Gets the slow roller, Craig. Does manage to get it under control. The flick doesn't come to fruition. Not so fast. Confused Irish off the backward. Look with the second touch. Kai, great physical aggression coming in that first minute, but we're still sitting at a 0-0 scoreline.
Yes, they are. Morales, Kai, Craig, doing a great job on the defense so far. I'm unsurprised that this Butler's Bulldogs and Xavier Musketeers game is so close. Craig getting up to this one just a little bit too fast here, Flater. As Kai is sending it back on in the way. Galaxy stopping it. Kai trying to wrap it on from the right corner right here. The 51 by Butler again. This perfectly centered, but a Xavier member is going to be able to get to that one easily after Butler just kind of seems a little slow on the draw here. Oh, the butt-in pass. Wow.
I mean, yeah, they have been a little slow on the offensive side, but I think the way to go here is spending as much time as possible on the offense, and that is exactly what Butler has been doing so far. Multiple amount of shots coming in from Butler University, none of them going in on target yet, but as long as they're applying pressure, that's all that counts. We got Broseph putting in a pass down center, saved away by Kai. He's going to pick it off the sidewall. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, though. Momentum in his favor. He's beaten 2. Look at 50 this one down in. Unfortunately, that is Galaxy going for the save as well as the demo, leaving Craig to be the last one alive. He'll have to stick around with the ball for a little while longer, sending it over to Kai. That second touch is going to keep possession here. We're halfway into this game, and 0-0 scoreline is still very much intact. Butler, so much pressure and yet no goal.
2:15 right here on the clock. Krieg, the back wall as Morales tries to center that up. Xavier, remember, getting this to the right corner. Now popped up. Kai has to burn a lot just to get there. Now send it across the middle, and it's just given right over to Broseph. Right, the breadbasket right there. Easy pass, easy interception. 2 minutes to go right here, Flater. Kai trying to bring this one out.
And every single offensive play made by Butler here, you know, it gives us hope that, okay, now the goal's coming in. But unfortunately, the finishers for Butler University are still leaving a lot to be desired at the moment. Xavier University's defense has been holding on strong as they head right back onto it. Morales, what a save right in front of the goal line. Xavier now showing us some amazing colors here on the offensive side. Can they keep it up? They've been trying to do so as we see Broseph going up high. Can he bring this down center? Yes, he can, but Morales comes in with another great save.
Oh, wow, a fantastic job right there. 75 seconds or so left in this. Pressure still on from Xavier. An attempted centering play isn't going to happen. Krieg kind of splitting the difference on the decision right there between taking ball out and wanting to play against the ground, assuming that that player is going to be able to get it. Doesn't happen. Kai, now left side, tries to pick up the big boost on the way. Not going to be purchased so easily. Morales right across the middle. Nice fake, but confused Irish. A player whose name we have not spoken so much later. Gets involved in that play. We still got a 0-0 game.
There's always the unspoken heroes that do the most effort here in these games so far. And oh, that's a bit of a dangerous touch coming in from Morales. Almost got the shot on target as well, but with only 30 seconds remaining, an overtime here could be very likely. But both of these teams still plenty of time to shine. We got Craig on the ball here, could not get the second touch. Galaxy brings it onto the blue corner. Kai, that's good control, gets the pass down center as well, but Galaxy is there for the intercept. Gotta be careful there, Kai, and that is Broseph rolling this one in overtime. Still far-fetched here as Xavier picked the very first goal.
Yeah, Butler's going to have enough time here to tie this one back, but all Xavier really has to do, nice FaZe Clan logo, love it. All Xavier really has to do is just kind of burn time situation at this point. Butler, though, that's Krieg coming on over. A hit down bottom will burn a couple of seconds. There's a bouncing play from Galaxy. A nice hit away. Krieg's got to play this one right now. Stops. That would have been another goal right there for Xavier. Hey, we knew it was going to be a close game here, Flater. Who knew it'd be a 0-1? That goal coming in at 13 seconds. Taking a look at the numbers right now. That is 7 for the side of Xavier, 5 for the side of Butler. Really not that big a difference there.
Tug, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I love low-scoring games. You know why? Because
yes,
both of these teams just are here to show us what kind of defense they're bringing onto the field. And as we see, a total of 7 shots coming in from Xavier and Butler with a shot count around 5. Even after all that, the save count's just as high. And this goes to show that as soon as you climb up on that rank leaderboard and play against the big leagues, your defense improves by a ton.
Yeah, and the coordination and communication that is required from a defense like you were talking about there really came out from both squads. Like we're reaching, kind of just deploying into the night to try and find differences here between these two teams in a game one that was just so incredibly close. I gotta say, if this goal happens instead of at 13 seconds out, it happens, more with like 2 minutes left, this could have turned into a barn burn. This could have turned into a higher scoring game, because at that point, obviously Butler just has so much more time to then go forth and pour it all into offense and say, well, hey, we either got to score or we're going to get scored on. Could have been like a bigger difference right there, but both of these defenses just got to write happy letters home to mom that they were able to keep basically a full 5 minutes, especially with some of the high-flying offensive opportunities there that both of these teams purchased, to keep the scoreless all throughout, like 4 minutes and 47 seconds or whatever.
And Butler did have some amazing midfield plays. It was only the finishers that they were struggling for a little bit. So if they can get that fixed, we shall see an even more competitive game coming in from Butler University, as we see Craig heading right back onto the offensive side. The second man, not quite there yet. But Butler, just like last time, are already starting off with a blazing glory. That could be a shot on target. Craig a little too wide. Kai sends it wider. And the ball still rolling around in front of the net, but with no goals going to Butler University.
The kind of pensiveness to get on offense, perhaps this is just kind of the effect of a really low-scoring game that went down to the wire. Like, neither team willing to give up that advantage early right here, so no centering shot, but no centering player. I'm not 100% sure, Flater.
Just leaving something to be desired in most of these offensive plays coming in from Butler University. You see Morales here in his own half, does get it past one. Broseph looking with his pass down center over to his teammate. Third man just chilling all the way back, trying to take control of this ball. Will not be getting that second touch. Kai, opportunity for a shot, leaves it a little too wide. That one isn't wide at all. It's Kai coming in with a bullet of a shot on target, and the first goal comes in for Butler University.
It was Xavier earlier, it's Butler now here in game number 2, but as opposed to 13 seconds left, much closer to 13 seconds in, minute and 9 seconds to be exact right here, as Butler University draws first blood the second time, the second game, excuse me. Oh, that was looking rather fancy. We have 2 total scores across 7 minutes of Rocket League, later.
Love to see it, and they're still making it work. We still see them spending so much time on the offensive side here. Broseph finally breaking the chain, sending it over to Galaxy. Third man's there to pick up this play. Confused Irish, however, a little confused as to where he wants to put that ball. Setting it back into the orange corner. Xavier University are looking to break that 1-0 scoreline, and going down here in a game like Butler University and Xavier, going down by 2 goals could mean big for the winning side, because this is how competitive both of these teams are.
Double commit from Xavier on the offense though, right? And there's nobody there down bottom. This is just methodical Rocket League. You can't expect to put 2 players up doing the same thing, and you cannot expect to allow Kai to have an open net like that one. This is just so much more hard hitting right now. This is such a worse taste in the mouth here for Xavier, because this came off the back of an offensive double commit over on this left side, literally on the other side. You can't always expect one hit to then a second hit come from 2 different players. You got nobody centered after that. The ball is centered, the player is not. And Butler University transitioned that one perfectly into a point.
Oh, they would almost take the 3rd goal here. Galaxy, good save, but you need the possession right after the save as well. And unfortunately, Butler University have been denying that with each and every single chance they get. Craig rolling around in front of the orange corner, still managing to keep the ball to himself, as we see Galaxy finally breaking through. Possession not kept to himself for much longer. Morales does come in with a miss though, but it's Kai. Man has secured 2 goals, putting a pass down center, make it 3. Morales, what a shot on target. Amazing accuracy, 69 miles per hour, and that is Butler University going up by 3.
Yeah, this is just an absolute dagger to the top left. 90 right here, a little bit past halftime, I should say. Butler University really coming away with this one. Perhaps the jitters or whatever of a game 1 where they just didn't want to drop first, right? Like, they almost would have played this all the way to the buzzer with no blood drawn whatsoever. Not even talking about first strikes, first bloods, whatever, right? Xavier takes that, and Butler just didn't have any time to come back.
Oh my God. That was the opportunity for Xavier to break through, take that first goal. Unfortunately, they hit the backboard there, and that is going to result in Butler University holding on to that 3-goal lead, trying to make it 4 here. As you see, ball goes onto the center field. Morales picks this one up, beats one, and almost beats all of them. The 50 doesn't go his way. Kai, man who secured 2 here, has been responsible and a bit of a playmaker of this game, along with being the striker as well. Can he do more? He has already done a lot. We see him, Kai, coming in with yet another save. 60 seconds remaining here, and Xavier is still looking for their first goal.
That is 2 scores for Kai, throwing assist to boot. That means this Kai player has gotten involved. And not just every goal of this game, but every goal that Butler University has put across on 9 minutes now of Rocket League here, Flater. This is Kai's world. We are all just momentarily blessed enough to rent space in it.
Let's see if we can make it shine brighter here. We got yet another opportunity for Kai to bring this down center. 50 doesn't go his way yet, and Xavier will take possession. Can they convert it into a goal? Not so fast. The defense holds on strong. Craig, no second touch for him. Kai, with his pass here, Morales will be able to take this ball down under control, and that is how you waste precious time. If you're Xavier, you might just be looking to hold on to this ball for more than 5 seconds, because until right now, Butler University, they just take possession right back.
Okay.
And now, it is Broseph coming in with keeping the possession to himself, as well as taking a shot on target. Beautiful angle.
So brutal.
And a beautiful first goal.
That's so brutal. If Craig hits this more kind of straight down, when this ball pops up, player is not going to be able to get there in the nick of time. And Butler University would have finished this game 3-0. As it is, there's a little bit of hope on life. If there's a score right there, and then literally even 1 second, all you have to do is just keep this ball up. So this game is probably over, but not technically. How about that?
Does make sense here.
Okay,
Oh,
that was over.
that was pretty close. Guy coming in with yet another save, but yes, that is gonna be game number 2. And as soon as the ball drops down, the scoreline seems to be 3-1. Or Craig looking to make it 4-1. Has he done it?
4-1,
Yep,
3-1 doesn't matter. Yeah. Can't get 2 of them in the last few seconds or so. It's a beautiful thing about Rocket League, kind of like that temporary overtime, more like sudden death, especially if you're the team that is down. As it is, Butler striking back, turning this best of 5, essentially Flater, into a best of 3. Holy moly. Is that 9? Yeah, 9 total shots for Butler, almost doubling up against Xavier's 5.
Tug, I really want to know, what do you think changed from game 1 to game 2? I know Butler, well, they went into high gear here with their offense and defense, but I want to. I do want to know.
Keep this up, Paz. Hang on. I want to answer his question. Okay. I was gonna have the stats up there for you for kind of the easier answer, but yeah, I hate to beat the same drum here, but it's the Kai factor. 3 letters, K-A-I. I believe at 648 points, had more points than all the other members of Xavier combined right there. There was 1 player with 150, 1 player with 200, 1 player with 200, or something like that. So, yeah, again, don't want to be too dramatic, but Kai is just doing everything on the pitch right now when it comes to the offense of Butler. And the good news is, when you have a player that can do everything on offense, the good news is that their 2 teammates, one obviously more of a support role right here. That's the player that got the other one. I believe that was Morales, and that was the pass from Kai as well. Craig has been playing the defensive powerhouse up to this point. I believe Craig even got on the board in that last second or whatever. But again, this game very well easily could have been 3-1. If the question is what changed, the answer is Kai took a much more prominent role in the offensive opportunity, and whenever they assumed that stance.
Absolutely. Well, let's just see what Kai can bring onto the field here in game number 3. Can he carry on the momentum forward? We'll find out soon enough. And that would even be in the very first minute of the game itself. We see Butler University heading onto the offensive side. Morales looking to put this one onto the back of the net. Confused Irish there to make a play. Pass 2 right now. Broseph, a lot of boost to work with, but he hesitated there, and unfortunately the angle was missed. But Kai is ready to take more and more goals. 30 seconds into this one, Butler University looking to take possession. We got confused Iris putting this one back in the blue corner, and just a lot of ping pong action between these 2 teams. No goals yet.
Yeah, and just like ping pong, can't be surprised when it starts very, very early. It seems the jitters from pretty much the entirety of Game 1 and like the second half of Game 2, or first half, excuse me, of Game 2 are gone. These are two teams ready to do battle. And the big news for Xavier, of course, is that, you know, hey, we beat them by 1, they beat us by 3, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Not quite yet. First minute into this one, we got Tug still sitting. We still got 0-0 scoreline right here. So Xavier University have definitely stepped it up here. They're being more vigilant on the defensive side, and we see them setting up more and more offensive opportunities. Let's see if they're able to take the first goal.
Kai flying up to this is looking dangerous. That's going to be a backboard. Nope, rebound, not going to happen. That was a great job interrupting that one. I believe that was Confused Irish. Brosif, left side, gets it past one. Morales just left eating dust right there. Hit over, and that's way too high. And a shot, Craig gets on the board.
Just walks this one in, had plenty of space on the field here. Could not ask for anything better than Butler University, in the simplistic ways possible, take that 1-goal lead.
Three minutes, 18 seconds. Butler takes the lead yet again. This is a lead they did not give up and didn't even really allow too much the other way until the went up 3-0 right here in a game like this. Just surprised that you can even say that a team went up 3-0.
Oh, Morales!
Ooh! 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 Your question earlier here, dear Flater, is what changed between Game 1 and Game 2? Well, I think the question has changed to what has happened between Game 2 and Game 3. That's a double commit. That's Xavier looking a little bit embarrassed over there on the pitch. And this is Kai taking more of a moderate role. It was Kai taking that prominent role and all. Okay, never mind.
It just do be like that sometimes with the kickoffs here. Brosif managing to take it perfectly. Morales slips onto the other side here. Galaxy will be taking that 1 goal. Still only a 1-goal game and plenty of time on the clock here. Xavier University are going to be at a 1-goal deficit. Taking control of this kickoff, Kai manages to take it into the offensive side. No second touch for him, but Morales is there to pick this one up. It's going to go off the ceiling, and that is Xavier University looking to send this one up high. Kai off the backboard, third man is there, but he's not going to decide to pick up this ball anytime soon. Morales in his own corner does steal the boost here, and all he needs is a very good flick into the ball to send this down center. Kai had the space to work with, unfortunately could not convert it into a shot. And Xavier University are holding on to this defensive scoreline, but they got to be very careful with this next one. It's Morales with a bit of a double touch, almost taking this one in. But Xavier continue to hold on. It is a stone wall in front of the orange net here, Top.
Kai, solid shot, even better defense right there, and that's not something we can scream repeatedly so far. It's mostly been Kai, flashy shot, it go in. Nevertheless, Xavier University down by 1 as of right now. Another big stop, but Galaxy meets with their teammate right there. Still kind of confused what's going on.
Butler, all they need to do is hold on to the scoreline. That's pretty dangerous territory. Craig needs to be in the exact same position which he was last time, so he gets to save. Confused Irish does not get the required 50. They're going from one corner to the other, and that is precious time being wasted here for Xavier University. Only a 1-goal deficit though, so Butler University are still on their toes. We see Craig trying to send this into the corner. Very risky play there in Xavier. You know, they're looking for that equalizer, but they haven't quite found it yet.
See how this one goes. 60 seconds right here. That is the last of Xavier University's least on life in this game number 3. We are looking at a relatively close one here as that's a roll down the middle. Now meeting. That's about as fast as 2 cars will go without actually getting demo there, Flater. 45. Galaxy to Brosif. Galaxy waiting in the wings yet again. Realizes this one is going to be hit and goes to big boost in the middle. Now meeting up for it. Kai wins. No players back for Xavier. A good hit. Down bottom. It eclipses a little bit of it, but you got to go 100.
Oh, that ball was 25% into the back of the net, but Xavier University coming in with the save right at the end there. Kai comes in with the save as well, holding on to that 1-goal lead here. Very crucial especially in the last few moments of game number 3, taking yet another shot on target, saved away by Galaxy, who's heading right on the offensive side. Backboard read is good, but Kai's save tug is even better.
Yeah, last few seconds burned off right here, and 2 seconds to go. Kai ceiling down bottom. That was actually an opportunity wasted for a Xavier University player. They say rule 0. They say, you know, a gentleman's agreements and whatnot, right? No rules broken by not respecting rule 0, even rule 1. But Xavier had an opportunity at that one, slipped through the fingers. Looking at 12 shots against 5. The massive difference in shots attempted here, saves accomplished, continues between Butler University, Xavier University.
I guess the main comparison here between these two teams, especially in that game, was just how much time either of them spent on the offensive side. And looking at the shots coming in from Butler, it is safe to say that they were the ones on the offensive side for quite a majority of that game. So what does Xavier University do? They try to go for those aggressive plays. Some physical aggression plays here and there, Tug, could go a long way, and maybe will just get you more space on the field.
Yeah, well, they're really going to need to purchase that space on the field, man. They're really just going to have to put down a plot of land and make it their own, because I feel like if Xavier's transitions, right, like they're spending so much time on defense. Again, I think that was 7 saves or something like that, up against 2 or something like this. This is just simply a time of possession type of situation, and when you get really good defensive transitions, you can go forth and start your offensive transitions without doing a whole lot. Excuse me. Oh, no. Heartbreak Hotel. Oh, another back pass. Kai actually gets to it.
And holding on to the ball as well right after the save. That's exactly what you need to be looking for from a team like Butler. As with 17 seconds into this game, we just noticed a lot of action. Xavier University did have a few opportunities to go up by 1 to break that momentum, but it is still an 0-0 scoreline. 30 seconds into this one, Craig needs to be careful. He is not, and Galaxy will be taking advantage here, taking the very first goal for Xavier.
Wow, yeah, so Xavier going to be the ones to take a lead outside of a game numero uno. Second game. Let's go. They're down in the series, and that's exactly what they needed. A little bit of breathing room, and early, Flater.
Absolutely. 30 seconds in, Xavier University are starting us off a little better here in the first half of this game. Got opportunity from Craig to set this one up in a dangerous position, but right now it's Morales looking for the save here. Craig needing to do a lot more work, sends it into the corner, picked up by the Xavier roster. Cannot be controlled for much longer. Ping pong action between both of these teams do result in Xavier maintaining possession, but for how long is the question, as we see Craig setting us back onto the midfield, resetting here back to square one for both of these teams. We see Craig picking this one up, sending it over to Kai, and that is the most open net you will ever get. Wow. It's Kai sending it high into the back of the orange net here and equalizing the scoreline here in game number 4.
It's Kai? Is there an echo in here? Am I losing it? Nope, it's just always Kai doing the same thing over and over again offensively. This is the longest shot as well, and was an incredibly even matchup. The defenders here just generally don't have to even like stress about getting these longer range shots in, because they're just higher level Rocket League players. Pass Morales into Kai, double commit for Xavier. One of them is going to punish for it. That's confused Irish. See him back after respawn in a couple seconds. Centering shot at least attempted there from Xavier. Kai's blocking this one, meets it back up in the top. Galaxy and confused Irish kind of combining on the left side right here.
Oh, Kai, that's a pretty good touch there, sending it into the bottom right corner. That was an opportunity. Xavier University did manage to make the save though, and could just take the second goal right here. Confused Irish is able to drop this one down. However, we head right back on the Xavier side. It's Morales. We're going to send this pass down center. It's a little too high. Craig does manage to make a pass, but it's over to Broseph. All he needs is a flick. Kai denies it.
Crazy stuff right there. My goodness. I do not envy the Xavier University defense right now, Flater.
Oh my god, Morales could have taken the 1-goal lead there. Unfortunately, it's a little wide. Kai can the man once again take that 1-goal lead. Kai. It's him on the ball, putting a shot on target. Brosa, what a save. But he's got to be careful. There are more shots coming in. Morales now in possession in his own corner, taking his sweet time with the ball, trying to reset here, regain possession, keep the pace of this game under his control. Unfortunately, it seems like Xavier University have got what they needed.
Morales. No, that's just a bad tee off right there. Craig, last player back, barely corners this one out. Throw an epic on top of that one, Plater.
Well, we got Craig here off the sidewall. We know what he's capable of, and that's a pretty good pass, but Guy cannot connect. And that is Xavier back on offense.
Does that say Morales has 64 points right now with less than 2 minutes left? Does that say Brosev with only 114 points left with about 90 seconds left? My eyes deceive me. This has just been 2 other players on these teams getting it done. Centering shot, but that's way too fast, actually. Kai, 325. That's more like what I'm talking about. The flick under, not going to matter. 90, Morales. Again, lower scoring games for these other 2.
And that is surprising, right? Because we see them on every single part of the field. That's just how quick they've been. But I believe more of a physical role here is something that they've taken up here in game number 4. Let's find out if the next goal comes in from Butler University as the pinch goes into the orange corner. We got Xavier taking possession. Kai off the back, but it's a pretty good pass. Morales, not sure what kind of touch that is, but I think it almost worked.
There you go. That's what we were waiting for. 4th shot, second one made in for Kai. So Craig puts this one up initially after the Galaxy miss. I'm not sure if Galaxy just didn't have enough boost. Galaxy was actually the second one there. It was Brosev on the first shot. A decent shot it was, but the rebound was way more true.
In a game against Xavier, 1 goal is not enough. Sure, you have that 1-goal lead to sit on, but holding this down is not going to be easy whatsoever because Xavier, that is just what they're capable of as a team themselves. 37 seconds remaining here. Let's see if Butler University can hold them down. A difficult task ahead of them. Easier said than done. Kai sends it back on the midfield. Craig should be able to pick this one up. Has no boost to work with, so Kai needing to work twice as hard here off the sidewall. Sends it into the blue corner. It's Brosev picking this one up. Nope. Second man opportunity for him. With 11 seconds remaining, Xavier University are running out of time. And they're running out of possession plays.
That might be the nail in the coffin. Nope, that is... Oh, I thought that was center. Excuse me. Last up. Nice stop right there. Now is grounding of this live wire. 2-1 for Butler as they're going to take the series here, Flater.
4-1, I believe, is... Rather... Did I say 4-1? The best of 5 series ending in a 3-1 fashion. Maths, dude. It can be hard sometimes. Butler University, a very close last game here. And overall, taking the dub against Xavier. That was just the first game, Doug. That was just the first series.
Also, here's an interesting stat for you. First of all, Xavier University starts out a series that ends off 3-1 for the side of Butler by shutting them out, by allowing them 0 scores. Nothing. Zilch. Nada. 0. Right? They then follow this up with 3 games in a row where they don't get shot themselves, but only score 1 point. It's just like so back and forth here, right? And even especially given these games 3 and game 4 came down to 2-1 scorelines, basically overtime situations. When you take the 2 of them together right here, right? And the amount of like a little bit of extra Rocket League that is played right there is just so interesting that this one doesn't go down to a game 5. Like we say all the time that we want it. This series and this matchup almost seems more like it's weird that it didn't, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It was a pretty intense first series, and that's just one of the ways to start us off here on EGF Rocket League. We still got plenty of action ahead of us, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with the second game.
Yeah, well, we're going to do a little interview action, I believe, first, and then, yeah, that's St. John's DePaul University after that one, folks. Stay tuned.
We do have an interview. Perfect.
Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with from the nights where we lit with salt and blaze.
I can't find my way back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home.
Hello and welcome back. We are here and we are live. We got Kai to come on in. Give us a minute of their time after the game. Kai, how we doing? How we feeling? What's going on?
Pretty good. I mean, that was a Xavier matchup was something that we were looking forward to most of the year actually. And it was nice to finally play it and be able to win it. So we're feeling pretty good.
Absolutely, absolutely. I gotta ask, the way I phrased it when you were really popping off offensively there in the middle of this series was that this is just Kai's world and we are simply renting space momentarily in it. Now, how much is the rent? I gotta ask, Kai.
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. Say 1,000.
There you go. There you go. You heard it here. Flater, more serious Rocket League questions, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that one was pretty serious talk. But Kai, I do have a question. What was the strategy going into this best of five series, and how did it change after that game two loss?
Um, Honestly, we kind of have the same strategy going into all of our games now. Like, sure, we'll scrim teams and stuff before matches and stuff like that, just to get like those reps in and that practice. But honestly, when we actually go into games, like, we just want to make sure that we're like feeling loose, just having fun, make sure we're talking. Um,
Mhm.
so like we came out pretty strong game one, like had a nice win, and I don't really think much changed for game two and afterwards. Like, I think the nerves were still like partly there. So we just like really wanted to make sure to calm down. Like, we knew we had a lot of space at the midfield. It was just about like taking advantage of it, finding each other for like infield passes, and kind of just connecting more on offense. And I think we did that.
And Kai, we are near the end of the regulation season here, week 15, just about ready to head on into week 16. I believe next week you're going to be going up against Georgetown. So, similar strategy, anything that you want to change up, or what are your future plans for the playoffs?
Um, for Georgetown specifically, not really. Um, we haven't really like scrimmed them at all, or like really know what to expect. But given how we've been playing these last few weeks, I feel like we were fairly confident going into it, and I think we're gonna have a pretty strong series and probably be able to win it. Um, yeah, I mean, we're just looking forward to the Big East Championship on the 24th. Like, having everybody here and being able to play everyone in person, it's gonna be like a lot of fun.
Absolutely love the confidence. Doug, what you got?
Yeah, so want to just continue on the talk about that Big East. Obviously, esports is why we're all here today. That's why Flair and I were just screaming about flying car game in our rooms. That's why you're here at the interview. I want to ask you, outside of esports, though, Big East Conference, is there anything, like one thing that you want to do?
Uh, Wait, can you like rephrase that? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, sure. So, outside of performing well in the Big East, outside of Rocket League, outside of building the program or meeting other people within the program, is there anything that you want to do when these other teams come to town for the Big East Rocket League competition?
oh, I mean, I think just hanging out with them in person is enough. Like, I know you mentioned the the Xavier Butler match. I don't know like when that's happening or if it's coming up soon, but I mean, like that'd be nice to watch. But in terms of like just seeing everyone in person, like we'll just like go around the city a little bit. Just I don't know, just uh hang out in person. It'd be like really nice to see everyone. But in terms of like specifics, we'll probably decide when the time comes.
There you go. Kind of, go with the flow, right? Be malleable, move like water. I like it,
Yeah.
guy. I like it. Once again, thank you for coming on in, giving us a minute of your time post-match. I want to ask you, because we know that no dub is taken alone, do you have any shout-outs, sir?
Yeah, of course. First off, shout out to my teammates as always. Like they're always putting in the work each week. Working hard in practice in our games. We're constantly improving. And it's really nice to have people who work just as hard, if not even harder, alongside me. Shout out to my family, obviously. They're always watching the games. It's always nice to have them support me and like watching each week. Uh, Shout out Broseph from Xavier. He's my guy. So it was a lot of fun playing against him. Shout out Mailman who's watching as well. Uh, just shout out everyone from Xavier because I know them at least a decent amount and they're really cool and it was just really nice to play them this week. So but yeah, in terms of other people, that's probably about it.
There you go. I like it. I like it. A long list of shout-outs. Always really like to hear. Always really like to hear. Kai, once again, thank you for coming in. Give us many of your time. Now we'll see you back in the interview box, but only if you win, because we only have winners in the interview box. You hear me?
And don't worry, we'll make sure it happens.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Until next time, Kai. Now we got FBI Tugboat Flater. We're going to be looking at St. John's University, DePaul University coming up here in just a little bit. Any closing thoughts, Flater, before we go to a very short break and get that matchup set up?
Gonna be fun, just as exciting. That first series, it was pretty close. Even at a 3-1 scoreline, every single game at a one or at a max two goal difference, and I'm expecting the next game to be a pretty similar one.
Absolutely. Close matchups coming in and hot as well, guys. The EGFC. Stay tuned. Very short break. Back with you in just a little bit.
You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away
And we are back, we are here, and we are live. Believe it or not, folks, Kai actually went on without shout-out list for about 5 minutes afterwards, so we just had to give him a little bit of time to get it all out here, guys. FBI talk about inflate or not. All jokes aside, Kai, great guy, great match. We're looking at St. John's University, a 1-4 squad, taking on the DePaul University, 2-4. That's the Blue Devils over here on the right side.
It's gonna be an exciting one. Not much to be said. We already discussed the stats here. St. John's University coming into this one. Well, if I had to choose between these two teams, I would lean slightly towards St. John's, but I still feel like it's gonna be just as a competitive a game as we saw last time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is two teams a little bit lower of the totem pole as of right now. St. John's has faced some really tough teams. There was UTA and a whole other swath of squads that have gotten dubs against this squad. DePaul, a little bit of an easier road, but they have also taken almost the same amount of, well, they have taken the same amount of L's, excuse me. St. John's just hasn't played their 7th match yet. This will be their 6th, DePaul University's 7th. We're hopping right on into this one in just a little bit. DePaul, a very old and storied member within the EGF, within the Electronic Gaming Federation. And we got this one a-going. We had Broseph last time. Let's get some Joseph action. That's DePaul University. And they're there with smooth space as well.
Here we go, starting us off strong here, especially SJU on the blue side, looking to take that very first goal. DePaul coming back with a few answers of their own. Nothing concrete yet. 30 seconds into this one, just a lot of ping pong action between these two teams. Hasn't resulted in a goal yet on either side. It's going to be Joseph taking possession, sending it onto the sidewall. It's going to be going up high. Passing player is ready, but the passee won't be getting a touch there, and that is St. John's going back onto the offense. An opportunity here for the second man. They decide to hold on to this one. Lost sand. Can he get the 50? Not so fast. DePaul hold on to the defense.
Yeah, for now maintaining possession, kind of a pass to smooth space. Regardless, he's going to take it away. Now down bottom is Treachery and Lost Space trying something off Tomcat down bottom. Big boost in hand. Now trying to get this one out until it gets taken away. Joseph, smooth space down bottom. Joseph, bad angle. No offensive opportunity there.
We got Lost Sand picking this one up, and a quick response from Treachery. Back on their blue side here, Treachery should be able to pick this one up, and good pass down from the sidewall off to himself here. The ball's just kind of at a bit of a standstill here on the midfield, so St. John's University still at an 0 scoreline, but they're looking to get their hands in on the offense. We got off X to MCAT looking for the offensive touch there. Joseph comes in with a save, but that's DePaul looking for the top right corner shot. And they have been the ones applying tons of pressure in the last few minutes. Can they finally find the goal? Not so fast. St. John's comes in with a save, and we're still at the 0 scoreline.
Still at that even scoreline as of right now. This is 2 minutes or so, not for lack of trying, as we've talked about before. Taking a look at the brief pass right here, St. John's University had a tough matchup. That Seton Hall. Nope, that's. Nope, yeah, I'm getting myself mixed up here, aren't I? Getting myself mixed up here, excuse me. That was Villanova that Seton or that St. John's was going and doing battle against. That's DePaul striking first, though. DePaul coming off of a brutal loss, a Big East Conference matchup as well against Butler University, but now strikes first here, 1 second past halftime.
All taking the first goal here as soon as the half game goes through. Off to MCAT. Looking for a quick response. Can he find it? Not so fast as Smooth Space. Pinching it off with his teammate. Sending it back on the midfield. Lost Sand picks this one up. We got Smooth Space on the ball. Oh, he went for the boost. Still manages to take possession. Goes up high onto the side wall here. Backboard touch results in Joseph taking the second goal for DePaul.
Okay, Joseph out here. 3 shots attempted. You just watched the third one. Second goal in. You just watched the second one. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left in this matchup. St. John's looking to get something going here against the Blue Devils. They're just giving them so much trouble. Oh, the fake! Lost Sand, leaving this defender looking.
Breaking ankles here. All he needed to do was wait, and that is exactly what he did, flipping it over him at the last possible moment. It is St. John's University cutting the lead in half.
Wow, so coming right off the middle. My bike! Loses kickoff until Joseph has something to say about it. Joseph gets this one over, Smooth Space, rockets this one to the other side. DePaul member is going to get to it. Running down bottom is My bike! As this goes right corner. Lost Sand doesn't quite get a handle on this one. This is a really dangerous kind of open net until Smooth Space gets to it. Treachery. Joseph going to be able to take that one away. Treachery just trying to get into position. Smooth Space gone. Last player back is... Nope. That just goes right across the bow there, Flater.
Alright, unfortunately, St. John's, they were in the right position. All they needed was the slightest of the touches to put it onto the back of the net. Unfortunately, third man just being a little too big of a nuisance here. It goes wide, and that is DePaul heading right back onto the offense. We got one good touch from him. Lost Sand takes it away. It's Joseph putting this one onto the backboard. Lost Sand beating them to it. And with only a minute remaining here, My bike, here he is. A lot of boost, actually no boost to work with. Plenty of momentum though. We got St. John's heading back onto the offense. Joseph comes in with an amazing save. A follow-up from Lost Sand will result in DePaul breaking through and looking for the shot on target. Treachery with another save and just going from one corner to another with no goals being secured from either of the sides yet.
Plenty of opportunity, plenty of attempts. My bike with both assists right here. Throw a couple of saves in there as well, and you're going to be looking at a player that's more playing that middling role. Now, at least a rebound attempt, little backboard action, out to Smooth Space, post Dibbo. They're going to have one player left back, and Joseph just trying to burn time at this point. Nice hit over here to the left side. Again, another few seconds burned off. Sudden death assumed now. 0-0. St. John's has got to keep this ball aloft. They have got to get it in to tie it up. Pushing overtime. Not going to happen. DePaul University strikes first in game numero uno.
Just a quick 2 goals across that game with Joseph coming out on top here. 680 points to this man alone. What a play. 4 shots, 4 saves, and 2 goals alone going over to Joseph. And all deserved here, this man being the offensive powerhouse for the DePaul team.
Yeah, that's pretty insane right here. Taking a look at the St. John's University offensive opportunities. We're talking about 10 total shots, people. Only 3 saves on the other side, which just tells me that the 5 shots peppered in, 3 of them actually blocked away, game giving credit for it. Other 2 striking in. DePaul University is going to do enough in game 1 to squeak by with a 1-goal lead right there. You took St. John's University earlier. I would have been very, very confident taking DePaul, and I'll even go a step further. I think this might be DePaul in 3 right here, Flater. I don't think we're seeing extra Rocket League on the second Rocket League match of this broadcast.
That's a bold assumption there, Tug. It was a very close game, and let me remind you, that was just a 2-1 scoreline, but hey, I see you. You've got confidence. You're coming in and trying to be risky. Sure. I feel it's not going to be a 3-0. I'm not sure who's going to win, but I am trying to lean on towards the fact that St. John's University will at least be taking the game here.
See how this one goes. The predictions are in, folks. We have picked ponies. Okay. Alrighty. You're looking ahead on the script, aren't you? You're flipping the pages ahead on the script right here. We're not supposed to let the people know that we already know what's going to happen, man. And then they'll find out. They'll stop watching.
Oh, man. The viewers are dropping. We see the numbers dropping. No!
Yeah, right. Crazy stuff. Joseph, really, really a solid first goal right here. Maybe the beginnings of a higher scoring game. That was definitely the quickest, not necessarily the fastest, but the quickest goal in the least amount of time between kickoff and goal. Treachery across the middle. Nice stop there for St. John's. Now here a takeaway. No boost really to be spoken of. Lausanne tries to foist this one skyward. Doesn't like it. Anything that goes up must come down.
Lausanne has gone up with the ball here. It does come down without it. Ball still floating around in the orange half. Picked up by my bike as he sends it into the corner. Riding it on to the other side of the field here. Treachery sends it back off the back, but it's a pretty good touch from Joseph. Can it be converted into a goal? Lausanne, right idea, however, not the perfect accuracy. St. John's holding on to that 1-goal lead after that first minute.
They do indeed. My bike trying to get out of this one. DePaul 50'd over to the right side. Big pinch. Got the crab play right here for Joseph. Double commit on the defense. Now the offender gets a lot of pressure. Lausanne with a masterful block. This is a last-second goal line stand. And St. John's retains their lead.
For how long still remains the question here. DePaul University have been quick on offense before, and they can do it again. Joseph had the right idea to do so just now. Treasury makes another save right in front of the goal line. We got Lausanne on the ball here, trying to pinch it off the sidewall. Gets it past one, and that's all he needed. SJU is off to MCAT. Pumped away, and just a lot of bump. It's a bit of a bump fest here in the orange corner. That they did. As a matter of fact, they also gave up a goal, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it was
watch this again here. Like, you literally see the St. John's just. They almost take those bumps like personally, you know?
It's fun trying to retaliate as quickly as possible. Might just not be the way to go here, St. John's. However, that's going to be DePaul bringing it to a 1-1 scoreline here. As we see St. John's heading back onto the offensive side. That's a pretty good bounce, but Joseph reads it perfectly well. Treachery looking for a bit of a back pass. Does get it. No center pass for him, though. As the demo coming in from Joseph will give DePaul the breakaway that they needed. Here in the corner, passing it down center. It's Lausanne going with a save. And DePaul are once again back on defense.
That's decently centered. Nice block right there. Lausanne has really stood up. The goal line defensive powerhouse right now. Another one! The biggest robbery of all times. You know, the great train heist of 1868. There it is. My bike coming in for this one. I was going to say Lausanne not getting a credit for that that defensive block right there. Or no, excuse me, right before this play is just highway robbery.
Well, it seems like the script's switching up once again. DePaul, they have taken that 1-goal lead, but plenty of time left here. St. John's University could be looking to make a comeback right about now. Joseph, right in front of the goal line, does send it into the corner. Can they stop it? This shot on target? It's a little high towards the backboard here, going off the sidewall. Smooth space looks to pick this one up. It's going to be picked up by Lausanne. It's off to MCAT. Should be pretty careful with his next touch. Lausanne here in the corner. 50 boost to his name, going off the corner, looking for a bit of a pass. Does get the pass, however, it's not accurate enough to be as pressureful as we'd expected to be. 100 seconds still left on the clock here. St. John's University still looking to take that 1-goal deficit.
Nice block. Smooth space right there. Not going to be made to feel fearful, even with only a little bit of time left. Treachery biting the bullet right there. Defensive block here from Tomcat. That was almost an open net type situation as DePaul University now coming in with kind of the crash play. and DePaul just getting so much more physical in this game number 2 here, Flater.
Absolutely, and we still got 60 seconds remaining here. St. John's University is only down by 1, so plenty of time to make a comeback, but it all starts with applying pressure here as we see SJU spending some time on the offensive side. Shot opportunity coming in from DePaul as they head back on the defense. Well, Joseph is trying to be as quick as possible with those demos. 40 seconds remaining. You've got to be careful. Would not want to be heading out of position, especially in times like these. That's a weird touch from Lausanne, and Joseph reads it perfectly well, like a shark comes flying in, rather, comes swimming in, and takes the 3rd goal.
Yeah, Lausanne is generally getting way better hands onto these balls for defensive clears after blocks, but that was just perfectly read out. Joseph knows the language, likes the author, and headed on to the library. That's going to be a 30 seconds now for 2 goals for St. John's. They can do it, but not if DePaul just puts it all into defense. At this point, I wouldn't see any other reason why it wouldn't.
20 seconds here. Some time still left here for St. John's University to make a bit of a comeback, and that is how you started. That is how you started. Lausanne just bouncing this one onto the back of the net. Perfect angle, amazing accuracy, getting it past all 3 off the bar. Didn't even need to touch the bar there. St. John's University only down by 1 with 13 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so if St. John scores again and pushes it to overtime, that's exactly why I say these burn time type situations, once you're looking at the insurance goal, the score, the lead of 2. This is an open net. St. John's is going to do it, and it's tied up with 3 seconds to go. I hate to feel so vindicated here, Flater, but that is why you do it. The previous goal right here, DePaul University cheats up way too much and allows a big, big redirect the other way to nail this one, and now we got 3 seconds away from a halftime.
Huge runner there from DePaul University there in the final few seconds of that game. And it seems like overtime is the way to go here. St. John's University, that is one heck of a comeback. Let's see if they can drive it all the way through.
Oh no, okay, I was going to say Treachery picks up big boost initially to try and make plays like that possible. They do, and they're there just in the nick of time. Joseph waiting in the wings right here. Goes for a big boost that was never there. Treachery.
Off the sidewall.
Dangerous. Go ahead.
Pretty good save here coming in from smooth space as well. Pretty good touch from Lausanne. My bike picks this one up. A bump opportunity comes in, but Joseph still manages to take control, facing 2. And everybody decided to just fall back here from the St. John's University side. And it works out perfectly well for them as DePaul just managed to pass it all the way back, losing possession. In the process, DePaul University are on the offensive side, and that is a bit of a difficult touch. Let's find out if they can keep onto it. Holding onto this offensive pressure, it seems to be getting harder and harder as St. John's University are crawling in up on the offense.
Right corner, possession flipping back and forth like the wind changes here. Flater, shot at bottom, and my bike! Gonna get the 5th shot. Attempted 2nd goal for them. And a Game 2 barn burner. Now, Flater, you understand what I am referencing when I say that?
I'm too young, man. You gotta film me. Mr. Bean?
It's Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman. He had a kid show back in the day, and he would say "my bike" in a funny little voice like that. Taking a look at the numbers, Mason. Wow, so DePaul actually.
I do get that reference. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Yeah, there you go. I guess I'm just full of them today. 12 total shots for DePaul, looking at 6 on the other side. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Especially even crazier that DePaul, has these kinds of numbers, has the massive time of possession advantage, is constantly putting St. John's University in a situation where they put up 7 saves, I think I counted, or something like that. But then still, never say never, never say die, and don't count them out because they were never left, okay? St. John's University at least pushes it to an overtime situation, and this game goes from what could literally be looking like a 3-1, like a 4 total score game, to a 7 total score game with a little bit of extra Rocket League added on the end.
If they've done it before, they can easily do it again here. If they've managed to take 2 goals in a matter of 13 seconds with a little more consistencies on the defensive side, I can see this game going to the long haul. You said 3-0, and as of right now, we do seem to be heading towards it, but come on, you're flipping through the scripts here.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, St. John's. Yes, I have my prediction. No, I'm not changing it. St. John's is playing so much better in that game too than they were in game number 1. Yes, it was just a 1-score difference, and yes, they did go down and allow a 2-score deficit. But the fact that they didn't let this ball stop, they didn't quit playing until the buzzer cleared. Ooh, brother. Ooh, brother. This is still off the back of defensive prowess, and so I'm gonna stick with it. Just St. John's still playing a lot better here. Treachery just kind of tries to get the angle, doesn't quite land.
It was a beautiful play coming in from my bike there in the SJU corner, sending it over to the second man to get that first goal. DePaul University heading on into this next game here with just as much momentum as last time. Treasury here looking for a bit of a back pass, doesn't find it, but still manages to keep possession. That's a banger of a shot on target. My bike is there to make the save. 30 seconds into this one, DePaul University are holding on to that 1-goal lead. The defense holds on strong, and SJU will be tested once again.
Smooth space, redirect, left corner, picked up right there from Tomcat, barely saved on the other side. Crowd favorite Joseph now getting in the offensive stance, shot down bottom. Lausanne has to do a lot to just get a little on that. Still offensive prowess here for DePaul, and still a lot of pressure against St. John's. Lausanne, really, really weird clear. And that's actually going to come off the back. The only reason that wasn't a goal is the previous demo. Player was already back. Nice shot down bottom. Way too far right, though.
Oh, I believe he was looking for the height there. Unfortunately, found the length on that ball. Treachery. Last man back. The demo could have turned useful, but DePaul University not being able to finish these wonderful shots on target. And they hold on to the 1-goal lead, though. That is a question on everybody's mind. So far, they have been able to do so just fine. And SJU, they've been knocking on this door. They're looking for the first goal, and it's Lausanne finally finding it with a little to no resistance on the defensive side.
This is not a St. John's University squad that's going to go so quietly into the night. These have been 2 1-score games, one of them with about a minute of overtime as well, for a reason here later. Those 2 relatively evenly matched up teams. I'm all here for it. Shot left side. Now a centering play for the members of DePaul. That's going to be a really, really weird angle from my bike, but an even better one for smooth space. Nicely done. 3 minutes left on this, and we got a lead back for DePaul.
And we saw St. John's University looking and playing for the double touch, however, did not expect the second man. Coming in clutch and taking DePaul University up by 1 once again. We still got 3 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time, Tug, for the game to shift and switch tides. Let's find out if DePaul University can take another one. SJU almost made it a 2-2 scoreline. However, that isn't the case. That isn't the world we live in. Smooth space, however, could be making a 3-1 right here. Faces 2 on the defensive side will be resulting in the half-game mark with a 2-1 scoreline in favor of DePaul.
Decent bounce, gets past both of them, and DePaul increases the lead to 2. 3 seconds outside of halftime. Now, Flater, I'm not going to ask if you think St. John's can do it, because I know, we both know that they can. What I'm going to ask you is if you think it's going to happen. Is the comeback here going to happen for St. John's?
Where did I drop my script? Okay, it says here it should happen. Okay, it should definitely happen because SJU, they've done it before and they're doing it again. See, perfect. Thank you, producers. And with that, 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining, perfect setup, of course. And, Lausanne just walking this one in. That's exactly what he needs. One more goal like this, and we're back at an even scoreline.
Yeah, I'm not going to be in a position to ever count out St. John's University again, no matter how much time is left on, unless it's, like, literally not enough. They might go down, might give a little bit of points up, but it doesn't matter because they immediately get it back just a handful of seconds later. That was a fantastic defensive stop later.
Present play coming in from St. John's University once again. And so far, the goals that we have seen from him have been a bit on the silent side with nobody present on the defense. So as of right now, DePaul having no problems in making that save. St. John's University looking to force DePaul into overcommits at the moment, because that's where St. John's finds goals, and that is where DePaul has struggled so far. Keeping that in mind, DePaul haven't been reckless in the league in the last few moments.
Smooth space. Getting a lot of leeway right there. DePaul comes up with a defensive stop. Or excuse me, St. John's comes up with a defensive stop. And this one ain't stopped yet. This is still, it's a little bit of pressure until Lost Sand. Huge big defensive clear. My oh my, look dangerous, but gonna be enough for the DePaul defense.
Treachery here in the corner. Could be looking to get this pass down center. Beating two in the process, so Lost Sand, all he can do here is just wait and make sure he buys his teammate enough time. Treachery is back, however, does not manage to take possession. With 50 seconds remaining, DePaul University are looking for another goal. They hit the backboard, and that's a pinch coming in from smooth space, and my bike sending it onto the back of the blue net and taking a 2-goal lead. Oh.
Pinch with an opponent, you don't see those every day. St. John's University player kind of helps on that one. I mean, you can't feel too bad because that was going in regardless. That was an open net and a good angle. DePaul purchased their wiggle room again. That 2-0 lead, or that 2-score lead, excuse me. My bike taking it through. The good news here, every time this ball hits ceiling, you're talking about 5, maybe 6 seconds burned off of this clock. And that's really what DePaul University is fighting against right now, is that clock.
That they are. As of right now, each and every touch made by DePaul University is making it ample hard for St. John's to make a comeback, to even think about a comeback at the moment with only 14 seconds remaining. 2 goals. I do not see that happening anytime soon. To make it almost 3 here, it's DePaul. Take it onto the backboard. No second touch to put this one in, but I believe that is 0 seconds with a 2-goal lead for DePaul, and that means DePaul has taken game number 3 here and taken the overall series in a 3-0 fashion.
Yes, they did. Feel vindicated, even though I looked at the script. Even though one of them was in overtime here, Flater. DePaul University comes out on top 3 games in a row. 2-1 scoreline in that first game, 4-3 scoreline in the second game. And then the biggest lead we see in this matchup thus far, 4-2, that one. Just a 2-score lead right here. An incredibly close one. Scoreline overall for the series may not show it, but DePaul University, regardless, coming out on top.
St. John's University, they had the flashes of brilliance here and there, but it was not enough. You need the consistency, you need the pace of play to be continuously at a certain standard if you want to beat DePaul University's offense, because that offense, let me tell you, it was beautiful.
It really was beautiful. Thing to be inspired by. Short break, folks. Back with you some more Rocket League action. A little bit of look behind the scenes or something like that in just a minute. Hello and welcome back. Short break it was. We had to get this one set on up and ready to go. This is Southern Utah taking on UTA. I'm FBI Tugboat, my man here with Flater, and you're watching the EGF, the Electronic Gaming Federation Collegiate side, EGFC right here. We also have high school going on the same day for the various esports on both of the leagues right here. Coming in and looking at this one, we obviously have a little bit of a different storyline coming in from both teams here, Flater.
Absolutely. Well, let me just break it down for everybody. UTA coming into the split with a 6-0 scoreline. Tug, that is 6 and 6 wins, 0 losses. While on the other side, Southern Utah 3 and 3 wins, 3 losses. So different ends of the spectrum here. Both of these teams. For Southern Utah, this is going to be a tough one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, especially harking back. Now, we do not have a full UTA squad that is the same trio that they played the last season of the regular season, or the last week, excuse me, the regular season 2022 there, folks. But that was a 3-0 sweep for the side of the University of Texas at Arlington. We'll be seeing Sim come in for Nava. Sim, that's SYM, come in for Nava here on the day. We'll see how this one pans out.
Absolutely, just about ready to head on into game number 1 here. 3-0 does seem to be the accurate prediction here, but it's been a while since that last game against UTA, so we might just see a new face here for Southern Utah. We might see something different. We might see something even better.
We might do that. We might just do that. Hopping on this one, game number 1, starting off right now. Southern Utah. That is Hawken. That is D-Town or Detroit. I didn't quite see the third player. Silent. There you go. Silent.
UTA on the orange side of the field here. Starting us off with Southern Utah spending a lot of time in applying some early amounts of pressure. Silent, and I believe that was Edwards up. However, no offensive pressure yet. Samba does get the bump here. Would be looking to set this pass up, but that's a pretty good clear, followed up with an even better shot on target. Samba gets the save, and Silent will be forced to head right back into his own half.
Silent right there. Nice takeaway on the defensive side. Adverse. A lot of pressure, but D-Town coming up strong. There's another shot. The transition. D-Town, defense to offense. Hawken had an awesome opportunity at that one, just coming a little bit too fast. Silent, more methodical stop right here as we pass the first minute into this game number 1.
Oh, bit of a double commit there coming in from UTA, rather Southern Utah University, and it still results in a goal as UTA nowhere around. And this is the kind of start that you'd want to see from Southern Utah University, taking the very first goal here after a minute down.
Yeah, so Southern Utah striking first. That's a fantastic job for them to put pressure onto this University of Texas Arlington squad and early. Having to fight from behind is not a situation that Sin, Adverse, Samba have been used to coming up to this one. Again, a 6-0, and I believe this split, they've only dropped 3 individual games. 3 of them have been sweeps, 3 of them have been 3-1 victories.
Adverse here looking for this pass, and it's a pretty good one as well, but Southern Utah holding on strong to that defensive overhaul. We got Silent here trying to carry this one through. Great save, but they need the second one as well, and they just keep coming. Southern Utah University, this is not a one-trick pony by any means. Their defense is looking a lot better. Ooh.
That they are. Speaking of Adverse, ringing this one against the wall after bringing it all the way from mid-pitch or so. Nicely done. That one all the way in. Silent and Hawken get nothing more than a front row seat to that one.
Beautiful reset coming in from the UTA side, tying it all up as the second minute hits its end. We got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock here, and it seems like UTA were on the right track to just take that second goal lead almost instantaneously. As the shot comes in on target, D-Town with an amazing save. He's got to be careful with more as Adverse tries to pinch this onto the back of the net. Samba doesn't connect with that one. Hawken on the ball here, flicks it past one. Can he get the second? Not so fast. It's Sin taking control, not being able to do something about it. And UTA are going to be heading right back on the offense. Oh my god.
Shot over, Silent down bottom. Nice flick over. That's a lot of pressure. Adverse knows it and has to get there quickly. I think that the Southern Utah University squad members have been doing a great job of reading this UTA pressure and just straight up not freaking out. Not like letting it get to their heads and stuff later. That's a fantastic purchase there from Silent. The 1v1, 50-50 goes 100 for the side of Silent. This also does not happen without the D-Town pass.
Absolutely a beautiful pass and an even better play coming in from Silent here, making Southern Utah University go up by 1 with 2 minutes remaining. UTA, you've seen them make this comeback before. Let's see if they can do it again. Heading on to the offense, it is Adverse. Leading this down center, it's a bit of a lob shot towards the back of the net. Sin puts it down for his teammate, and at first is going to put it into the top left corner. That was a beautiful communicative play here between the boys of UTA.
Communicative play right here for UTA to bring this one back. A fantastic opportunity there for Southern Utah to try and get back to it and, just push this one up a little bit more, but unfortunately, if you're a SUU fan, of course, that opportunity is squandered. Back on over. Right side. Double commit down bottom as D-Town takes down one. Back on over to the middle. Nicely done. Sin puts this up. Samba, though, is going to be able to maintain this offensive pressure.
2-2 still manages to be the scoreline here. Southern Utah University, they are looking to continue that pattern and take that third goal. Or a UTA, they have something else in their mind. We got Samba over for the pass over to Edwards, and they almost get the shot on target as well. But Southern Utah University, pretty strong on the defensive side so far. We see Silent going up high, looking to fake this one down low. Samba doesn't fall for it, and the 2-2 scoreline still remains pretty much intact here. UTA are looking to find the breakthrough. They almost have as it hits the backboard again, but no velocity on the redirect, and that's gonna give Southern Utah another chance at the back of the orange net.
Oh, there it is. No, Samba last second says no go. UTA coming off the back right now, kind of playing off that back foot as well. D-Town right side. Hawken is down to the bottom, picks up the big boost, and hopefully we'll be able to play this all the way on the inside. It's delivered. 7th shot for Adverse. 3rd goal made for UTA.
Oh, it's a double flip reset as well, and what a better way to take the goal lead back into your own hands, Tug. It doesn't get any better than that. A beautiful mechanical play to take that 1-goal lead here. In UTA, all they need to do is hold out for 15 more seconds.
Oh, that was... Oh, man, I thought that was it. I thought that was the tying factor. Little bow on top. Now walking the dog inside. There's Adverse. Dangerous as dangerous gets. Big hit, so this will allow Southern Utah to get this going. Nope, Samba just taps it down on bottom. And that's going to be a UTA win in game numero uno. I wonder if that's true, actually. That's EGF all-time leading scorer Adverse verse for you. Obviously, that's not their name. But I wonder if that's true. I would not be surprised. Hat trick here for UTA squad, for the Arlington squad. And that's a little bit early after Southern Utah honestly puts up a fantastic game.
They do, right? And I mean, taking the first 2 goals here, Southern Utah, there's not much else you can ask for, especially against a team that you have at least so much history with. So coming into this one with so much momentum towards your side would have been the way to go for Southern Utah. But UT Arlington, they realized what they were going up against. They were quick to adapt, and they were quick to retaliate.
And that sort of quick retaliation is going to come forth and give them like a lot of advantage coming into this game number 2 and beyond. But this was incredibly close, and Southern Utah should feel great about getting not just multiple goals onto a UTA squad, but I mean, who cares if you get two goals if they put up 11 to you? This came down to the wire, and Southern Utah had a lead for a solid minute and a half or so against UTA, and that's fantastic. That's the name of the game. That's something they should carry on with them into this game number 2.
Here we go, game number 2. Let's see if Southern Utah can maintain the early goal scoring potential. Yes, they can.
Okay.
It is D-Town taking the first goal once again, breaking the momentum and breaking the pressure from that first game. That is exactly what you want to see from Southern Utah.
Yeah, so 6 seconds into this one, the quickest goal on broadcast here for this 3rd match thus far by a long shot. Silent running it down bottom. That's a double commit from Southern Utah and a triple tap from Hawken just to put this in the exact same spot that it ended up in originally. Sin right on over. Quick is Sin! Samba right there. The pass off the backboard. Got 2 scores in the first 21 seconds.
Wow, both of these teams just going at each other on their neck 6 and taking yet another shot on target here. Samba off the backboard taking the first goal here for UTA, and just like that we're all tied up. Hawken is looking to make it a 2-1 scoreline. Sin comes in with a beautiful save right in front of the goal line. UTA looking to make that second goal. Not so fast, and it seems like just a lot of back and forth between these two teams, spending equal amounts of time both on the offensive and defensive side.
Samba adverse, praise sung 1,000 times over for disclaimer, could be true, could not be true, leading EGF scorer adverse here for UTA. Of course, they've been in the league for quite a while now. Do believe they're going to be second semester juniors or maybe even seniors now. Sin coming off the backboard right here. Left and down, Hawken. A great coordination there with Silent. Silent almost rings the bell right there. Not quite going to happen. Little bit of demo action. Hawken shot down right here. Adverse, what a redirect. Silent not going to be quiet about that one. Another hit. That's even a wonkier pass. Samba, though, can always flip and turn and get into this one. Middle we go. Silent once again going to be taken out for their defensive efforts. Whipping this one around. Send down bottom. No, it's Silent yet again. Silent running this one down. Open net. Easy peasy Southern Utah.
Just like that, Silent taking control, and with little to no retaliation, he puts this one on the back of the net. Not much to be said about that. The defense, I'm not sure where it was. However, too caught up on the offensive side will lead to Southern Utah taking that 1-goal lead, and it's only been 2 minutes here in the second game.
3 minutes, 11 seconds right here. Samba flipping off the wall right here, trying to get it past a couple, but Southern Utah just does their best gargoyle impressions and stares at it. Just like that. A transition over, D-Town. No, it's Silent! Nicely done! Utah racks up a 2-score lead now with 3 minutes to go.
Oh, Samba just absolutely denied while trying to take that ball away, and Silent comes in, slides this onto the back of the net, and if you're Southern Utah, that is exactly what you want to see here in Game 2.
Sin, talk about open nets. That was almost not bearable. Not even blockable there for the Utah defense. Texas to Utah, the battle of the Midwestern states. Utah's kind of pretty far south, I suppose. I should actually really know this. Isn't Utah? Yeah, Utah's like right next to Nevada, where I live. So, international broadcast we have here, folks. By the way, I wanted to mention that. We were talking about that a little bit. I am from the United States of America. Flater is not. And Paz is from the Great White North. Paz from Canada, right above us. Our great neighbors to the north, right?
Big white wolves.
Big white wolves? There are wolves in Canada.
That's a pretty cool name.
If you took that one line out of our commentary tonight, that would be the most confusing. Just like there are wolves in Canada, like geographical talk for a second, little Bob Ross. So we're trying to paint the picture of this narrative. Ooh, down bottom! My oh my, Hawken standing strong yet again.
150 remaining here at UTA. They're still down by 2. And if the first game is anything to go by, this is still plenty of time for them to make a comeback. Let's find out if they're able to do something like that. D-Town, we're going to send this back onto the offensive side. UTA, pretty good redirect, and a perfect touch from Sen to send it onto the back of the net. And that is a 1-goal game now here in Game 2.
Yeah, 96 seconds left in this one. This is a lifetime right now. If you're the Southern Utah squad, they've managed to take up a lead. Now it gets dissolved down to half of what it was. And the worst decision possible. Oh no! He gets it adverse somehow, finally! Wow, freaking gets that. I have no idea. That may have very well been that nail in the coffin. We always talk about it, but still plenty of time for UTA to come back at this one.
Open net?
At least push it to a game.
Open net!
Oh my. Yeah, so we're going to at least get overtime now, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's not over yet. We still got 60 seconds, more than 60 seconds here for both of these teams. And the way UTA is playing right now, judging from them, just being alive in that last minute, just goes to show that these guys are just about ready to take another goal here. Let's find out if Southern Utah have what it takes to make a bit of a comeback. At worst, sends it up high, picked up by Southern Utah once again here in the corner. Samba not able to pick that one up. However, corner to corner, here we go. Sama beating 2 in the process, looking for the bump, has found it, and the pass is there. It's a pretty beautiful one as Datsun picks it up. D-Town sends it into the corner. There's a lot of pressure being applied by UTA, broken away by at worst as it's picked up by Sama once again, beaten to the ball in the air. 40 seconds remaining, and that's the 4th goal coming in from Southern Utah University. I'm not sure how the touch wasn't made by the defender there. It seemed like he was right on the ball.
Yeah, that was a really weird angle. Not 100% sure. I almost wish we could watch that one again later, but not going to happen. Back to the middle. Adverse mostly wins that one. Low, slow roller towards the
that's another
Southern
one?
Utah goal. Wow, okay. Very quickly.
Beautiful shot onto the backboard here. Onto the back of the net here. D-Town taking the 2-goal lead right back. And this time UTA, it is much harder to make a comeback. 35 seconds remaining. A 2-goal lead to beat. We might just be looking at an effective best of 3 right now.
Bounce down bottom. Silent there. Yeah, so Southern Utah right on this, within striking distance to take in this one. I am fraught to count UTA out until the clock says 0, and this ball hits the ground though. That was a really weird hit. Samba over. Nope, not gonna happen. If they pinch right now and get it, nope, not gonna happen. Southern Utah has done it. The 4th game drop for UTA comes at the hands of Southern Utah here within a little spring break action, the EGF. Big shout out there. Great pass from CRL, all-time leading scorer Samba. See, that just can't be true. No, you've dissolved all of your trustworthiness with me. I feel like a fool for even thinking that I could trust again. Oh well. Southern Utah though striking back right here, and in a higher scoreline than was done to them. Right, the 2-score difference.
Absolutely. I mean, let's have a look at each and every member of the players of the Southern Utah side here. Silent to 620 points, D-Town 482. And 4 saves coming in from Southern Utah University. Just goes to show how the defense has improved as the game went on. But 1-1 is the scoreline here in this best of 5 series. And heading into this next one, well, UTA, they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they do. There were so many takeaways in the inside of their pitch, their defensive side, that turned into goals afterwards, like you're spinning straw into gold, no fairy tale. Crazy stuff right here from Southern Utah to consistently always get upside and then interfere with these shots. Like it seemed like every time UTA was trying to do the same like setup pass plays that they got done in game number 1, especially off the walls and whatnot, Flater, it was just read out, and there was a Southern Utah member there to always just kind of like, okay, this is mine now.
You see it worse. Starting us off on the offensive side, beating 2. The 50 is pretty good. Canson converted. He takes it up high, looks for the double, sends it down center. It hits the post. And that is unfortunate.
Crazy
unfortunate here.
Stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's a pretty good touch, but the second man is not ready for it. I won't be ready for it. That was lightning speed falling down towards the net.
Little back and forth play, mini ping pong between the UTA and Southern Utah members right there. Foisted back down left, Silent picking this one up left side. Tries to get the big boost on the way, just gets a little bit too high for it. Adverse. Great transition. D-Town just muscled out of the way, not allowed in. Gotta check your ID at the bar, sir.
Osama. We're going to send this one flying onto the back of the net, and, well, so, Tug, this is usually how my teammates end up playing in competitive. Where the ball comes flying in, and everybody just, like, decides to freeze. They're like, oh, there it goes.
Deer in headlights. Deer in headlights there for Utah. Crazy stuff. I'm really not 100%. Maybe that was a miscommunication, and both 2 players said they were going for it. I don't know. I am lost and I am alone. Like how I feel when Noah lies to me about random made-up stats.
Hey, don't tell them that.
Oh, shout out to chat. Fill it up, guys. If you got questions or whatever. We're having fun today, so we're gonna go forth and entertain you guys. As long as you guys are nice. You know what I'm saying? As long as you guys are Yeah, and keep,
Oh
keep
my
it clean.
God.
Keep it clean. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, back to the game. Samba right here. Samba putting up another here for UTA.
Forget about the chat. Look at what Samba did here. He just pre-flips in the middle of the air dribble back into the ball, and that's how you take a goal here. UTA is coming in with lightning speed here in this game, taking that 2-goal lead against Southern Utah University. Looking to make it 3, but Southern Utah, they have a bit of an open net and they slam it onto the back.
A triple commit right here. Shot down bottom. Transition all day long. That's adverse, adverse, adverse. I've never lied, Noah. First of all, BS. Second, you seem like a living the dream guy. The last time somebody asked you how you were doing, you were having a crappy day, Noah. And you said, oh, hey, living the dream, or couldn't be better. That is a lie. That is a lie there, sir or ma'am. So, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I was reasonable to suspect you. Pie time, 3-1-4 up top. Silent running this one down bottom. And now, is that a Rule 1? Yeah, that was. That was a Rule 1 right there, forced from Southern Utah to kind of make this one a 2v2. I wish we could turn the camera right here and kind of take a look at this.
Oh, yeah, it was not a bit of a Rule 1. It was just Hawkins stopping him from peeking on towards the car, from pushing and making the save there. Unfortunate, but UTA is still up by 2. With 3 minutes remaining, Southern Utah University, they have plenty of time to cut this lead down. Let's find out if they're able to do so yet. It's Sin on the ball, and he sends it over to Sama. And, you know, there are some times when you can call things as overpassing.
Nicely done. Good angle there. Sin almost meets it down, back down bottom. Last player back. Not going to matter. Adverse. Supposedly the highest scoring player within the EGFC of all time. Supposedly to, therefore, adverse. 10 seconds outside of halftime. UTA is mounting themselves quite a little bit of a lead here, my friend.
And with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, they can either choose to extend it further or hold the fort down. It all depends on what kind of play style they want for the next game here. 4-1 is the current scoreline. Of course, you cannot count Southern Utah out yet, because with what they're capable of, they can definitely make a comeback here. 3-goal lead for UTA, almost making it 4 now, and it is still not 4. Off the bar, it goes wide, and it's UTA going back on the defense.
Back on the defense indeed. Samba coming down bottom. That was a decent little takeaway and a pinch down bottom. 40 goals, Noah. Come on. UTA has scored, what, 9 goals so far. Now you're just exaggerating. Trustworthiness continuing to dissolve like tears in rain, my friend. Tears in rain. Samba having a lot of boost down bottom. Tries to deliver the package. There's a walk the dog. Can't quite get it done. Sin on over to Hawken. Hawken going to stop this in midair. Some awesome flight skills right there. Can't be a surprise from Hawken.
Pretty good challenge coming in from the orange corner here, giving Southern Utah University a bit of space to work with, but not enough to give UTA a hard time. And as of what seems to be right now, it seems like game number 3 is well on its way, going towards UTA with 60 seconds remaining. A 3-goal deficit against a team like UTA seems highly unlikely.
Yes, very, very unlikely. The average of about 23 seconds as of right now when I started this sentence required for Southern Utah, and that's just to tie it up, folks. That's just to tie it up. All right, 4-digit lifetime EGF goals. Now, that I'm trying to wrap my head around it because I know it's been 6 semesters now, I think 7. And so that's what? That's like 150 per semester or something like this. So like that I'm not surprised about. Sin, there you go, there's the 5th. Don't think that's going to overall change the outcome of this game number 3 here, Flater, but a nice goal nevertheless. Sin subbing in here for Nava on the day, if my memory serves. Noah, how about you just tell us how many goals they have? Because you can spin all kinds of interesting facts from this this Google Doc or whatever you claim to have, or Soy, who's just the voice of God or the word of God now apparently. Love Soy to death. Was just casting with him, but.
I mean, right now it's just both of these teams going head-to-head against each other. I mean, look at the difference in pace here that we have had from the last game. Southern Utah University coming into the last game with blazing glory, and this time around they do get a goal here, and a pretty good one, coming in from Hawken, but still leaving a lot to be desired. So, Southern Utah University, the consistencies need to be there. They need to have that offense rolling across various games.
22 seconds, 7 seconds per goal. And Flater, this is bothering you, I'll stop. But Noah, yeah, so you're just like a talking head for Soy. I get it. He's the man of the plan. He's the guy in the box. He is the one that gets it done. He has the skills to pay the bills. I get it. I get it. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. 5 seconds? That's going to be a 6th here for the side of UTA. They have gotten 3 goals in game number 1. They have gotten 3 goals in game number 2. Now they have 6. Count them up, 6. Game numero 3. Third game here. This is not going to... Yeah, there is not enough chronological resource. That's time, folks. For the Southern Utah to come back at this one, UTA will be winning this game, whether that is 7-2 or 3-6. The outcome shall remain the same. And supposedly, Adverse will remain the highest scoring EGF player of all time. No, but now the 2-1 scoring lead for UTA. Southern Utah going to have to put 2 of them back-to-back, which no one has done against Arlington in this split so far, to go forth and take this series.
Of course, now, at match point here, UTA and Southern Utah, if we see the same performance as we saw in the game before, this could get pretty competitive, this could get intensely heated, but for that, we need Southern Utah to go back to its roots, and that is portray the best performance towards the best of their abilities and just play some epic Rocket League.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's the Ted Lasso quote. The Ted Lasso quote. Have the memory of a goldfish. Just play the Rocket League game that is in front of you as of right now. You know, while keeping in mind somehow that you literally have already taken a single game off of the squad. Again, Sin subbing in right now for Nava, Sin doing fantastic things, Sin having multiple scores in this previous game right here. And this team, you know, now at a 2-1 lead because, in large part because of Sin. But this is going to be some of the best opportunity for a non-UTA squad to beat a non-UTA squad. I say that because UTA, like many other great teams, can frequently beat themselves. I mean that in many different ways. I'm not going to talk about other conferences too much, but there have been like clear-cut situations where I think that their greatest enemy is truly themselves. Nice nose in, not a nice nose in, a slow roller. That's blocked by Adverse. That was blocked by the teammate.
Oh, and I believe that was the last shot was blocked by the goalpost. Pretty unfortunate there. UTA applying and putting in so many shots on target just to be denied by the 4th member of the SUU squad. UTA still on the offense. We got D-Town taking control, sending it from one corner, looking for the center. Pass Samba sends it all the way to the other side, picked up by Adverse, who's looking for the bump, doesn't find either, and Silent is able to walk away with this one.
D-Town hit on over to Adverse, trying to bring this one out. Silent waiting in the wings. Hawken from up top. Hawken serves nothing but just actually hit this one back towards the middle pitch. There's a little bit of something here maybe for D-Town. Hit on over to left side, now taken out, never mind. Oh, almost rung true here. The first goal in a game number 4 where Southern Utah is on the ropes. Match point right here. Bouncing up and down in the middle. Samba is trying to make sure Adverse doesn't score. I don't find that likely, Noah. I don't find that likely. What I'm going to need you to do at this point is just literally start throwing stats, 1 true and 1 false at me each time so we can just have a little bit of fun with it, because I have no idea what you're actually like. I don't know how truthful you're being with me. I'm pretty sure most of these things are lies. But regardless, if you have true facts, just start spitting them to me one after the other. Like 50% truth, 50% lie. How about that? We'll have fun with it.
Well, things are getting heated up here in the Switch. Had a pretty great competition going on. Tug, you think you're going to win that one?
I'm not 100% sure about that, actually. 20 seconds, he could be telling me, like, truth about literally everything, and I'm just being, like, reasonably suspicious. I don't know. Regardless, I am not doing this job justice, or not doing this game justice, enough for how close it is. So, back on into it. Sin, a little bit of a run. There's going to be the first. Oh, the triple tap. This actually comes off the wheels of the defender?
And it is just a beautiful 50 to drop this one in from the wheels. Yes, that is correct, Tang. UTA, as soon as you say the game is pretty close, it's still pretty close, but UTA is going to be driving forward with that 1-goal lead here in game number 4. Looking for that 3-1 scoreline. They have started us off strong. Let's see if they can take that insurance goal going off the sidewall. It is another flip reset coming in from Adverse. However, that is a bit of an open net for a second, but Hawken does not have any boost to work with. Another opportunity for Edwards to send this back onto the midfield, which he does. Can he follow it up? Not so fast. Great bump right in front of the goal line. Silent is there to pick this one up. As he dribbles it, looks for the flick, sends it on to the orange net, where Edwards is there to make the save.
Sin. Wow, I didn't even see Hawken. It looked like he came out of the back of that ball right there. Oh, nicely done! Hawken transitioning from the defensive stance. It literally looks like he comes out of the ball right there, puts it against the wall, and that's Hawken just playing ball solo dolo. 108 seconds left on this. Southern Utah gotten this one so much closer back.
They have game number 5. Still seems like one of the possibilities here, and it looks like an even bigger possibility is Southern Utah, just like that, off the kickoff, have managed to take a goal. Where were the other 2 players? Oh, there it is. There he is.
I really would like to have caught that one again, but that's okay. Oh, I was about to say, like we're being trolled if that was another kickoff goal.
Once again, Southern Utah University holding on to the offense for as long as possible, and of course UTA, now currently being on the deficit side, they are running out of time. 90 seconds remaining here. Possession in favor of Sin, looking to drive this one down. Center the second man, not ready for the pass. Samba looking to put this one in. He's going to be going wide as well. Worse. Multiple touches on the ball, looking for a flip reset. Has no momentum to work with, so I'm not sure the flip reset there would have been useful. But with 60 seconds remaining, UTA spending plenty of time on the offense. All they need is one decent touch or a demo to get the ball rolling. But the clear is going to be coming in from D-Town as he almost makes the goal. It's Sin. Patient plays all the way through. Manages to get the save and still looking to walk away from his own half.
Wow, hitting this through. The triple tap coming in and won the 50 at the back side right there. The Chow won from UTA. That's a bad angle if you're a UTA fan. And Samba trying to cover this one up. Silent left side. Trying to watch his teammate dash up for it. We might be going to a game 5 here, my friend.
Which we just might. Who would have thought? UTA coming in from, I believe that was the 6-3 scoreline last time around, to a 2-1 in favor of the other team. Just goes to show how differently Southern Utah University can play across various different games.
The ball has not hit the ground quite yet. There's a hit. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, if I'm Southern Utah, I don't keep that one aloft either. 2-1 in game number 4. Let's go to a game number 5.
We started off the day with a game number 4 in a best of 5. We're going to be ending it with a game 5 in this best of 5 series between Southern Utah and Arlington. Southern Utah going into game number 5 with a little momentum to their side, as game number 4 ended in a 2-1 scoreline, with D-Town being the MVP, 298 points to his name, a goal, and a total of 8 shots from Southern Utah.
Nicely done. Game 5, I got 0 predictions on this one. I said UTA by 3. We're looking at a game 5 right now. Best of 5 boiled down to a best of 3, boiled down to a best of 1. More stats coming here in at you. Game 5, D-Town is diff. Now those are the stats that I'm going to be tending to believe. Appreciate you, Verhovek. Anybody else again? Chime in chat. PG-13. Keep it civil. Keep it clean, guys, or we will. Like, gave me mod, and again, I am reckless with it, okay? Absolutely reckless. You'll never talk in this chat again if it's left up to me. 5 minutes to go here. Round and round we go. Where we stop, I do not know.
The final 5 minutes here between UTA and Southern Utah University. Who will come out on top? We'll find out soon enough. The decision will be made right here. Silent comes in with a decent save right in front of the goal line, and that gives Southern Utah University the space they need to head on into the counter. Sin, quick response, an even better one comes in from the Southern Utah side. Silent picks this one up, sends it onto the backboard. The double touch not quite there yet as he looks to send this back onto the other side. The ball going up high here, heading into the blue corner off the backboard. Opportunity for UTA, deciding to take it a little too slow.
Just a little bit too slow. D-Town over here. That was a fantastic shot, but it's now Silent. Nicely done. We're going to be going on in here to a first goal here for Southern Utah. Last time they scored first, or excuse me, the very first time they scored first, they gave it the lead. The last time they scored first was that game number 4, a game that they won 2-1.
2-1 was the scoreline here in Southern Utah University. Taking that 1-goal lead here at the start of this game was absolutely crucial in determining what is going to come off at this game number 5. 3 minutes and 56 seconds remaining here. We see Adverse going up high. No second touch for him. Sin needs to make a save, which he does, but still not quite out of the water yet. This could be it. It's a shot towards the top left corner with Adverse putting this one in, and it's UTA tying up this game.
Nicely done. Pass right here, Adverse. Silent kind of tries to get up to it, but there's only so much that one can be done, and that's slotted just perfectly up at top left. Noah, missing you. Where'd you go, bud? Verhoevic coming in with the fire stats. Might have to replace Noah as the statistician. They're the honorary statistician, no official statistician here for EGF and my random waxing and wanings philosophical-wise.
3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here. We got UTA all tied up. Samba off the hood of the car, looking for this pass down center. Gonna be picked up back into the corner. Samba putting in another shot on target, and it just keeps hitting the backboard. Just goes to show that UTA are resilient with their offense. That is the exact kind of mindset that I would want if I'm going up against a team like SUU.
Oh my goodness, D-Town, Heartbreak Hotel. You got a room for 2 right there for players. Silent, nice block. D-Town though, right after the offensive prowess, got to get into defense, and then D-Town transitions right back into offense. Paz ask, how is FBI Tugboat a mod, not me? It's one simple fact, my man, the coolness factor. I'm cool and you ain't. I'm just kidding, Paz. I love you. I love you.
Oh, Sin. He did make a pretty good save there, which he does, going from one corner to the other. Still needs the clear to send it on to the other side, which he does get. D-Town. Now, he would send it over to the orange net, and that is a bit of an unfortunate touch coming in from Edwards. And, well, Tug, were you laughing at the own goal?
I mean, this is technically an own goal. Adverse, how else are they going to play this one, really, though, you know? D-Town's just that guy. We already got our unofficial statistician here for EGF to confirm it. Game 5 D-Town is just built diff. Simple as that. Big shout out to production staff. Paz is our producer on the day. I would never actually say anything, rude or mean to them, so.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they can mute me at the end of the day, and being able to speak just endlessly, whether or not it's quality, verbiage and commentary is really important to me. So it's like running my mouth, really. And Paz is in control of that. So I do not bite the hand that feeds people.
Wise words coming in from Tug. You know what? I should probably live fight for the next few times I'm here with EGF. But
own goals.
Getting it past that, it was Samba putting in a light speed shot on target. I'm not sure why you think that was an own goal. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, because D-Town was going to block that. D-Town was in position to block that. That was a redirect at the very last second, and Southern Utah is going to be kicking themselves, begging to have that one back.
So pretty similar scoreline here. We got 2-2 with 90 seconds remaining here in game number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot get any closer than it already is. You see Samba pick this one up in the corner. Off the backboard, looking for this touch. Hawkin coming out on top. That gives UTA a chance to make a shot on target. 60 seconds remaining. Edwards needs to fly up once again. Does get the save. Sin, and look at that. Southern Utah University applying so much pressure in these last 20 seconds. It's only a matter of time they take a goal like this.
45 seconds left right here. D-Town looking dangerous. That's a solid reposition to across the middle. Hawking gets up to it. Oh, man. If this ball was a little bit farther out from the wall, this would have been a perfect angle where nobody had a look at it. D-Town attempted backflip into this one. Samba. The rest of UTA, they all hear the 30-second bell. UTA getting to offense. Silent. Barely a little bit too fast. Down bottom. Samba. Samba, Samba, Samba. 23 seconds left in the game 5, and Samba takes the lead back for UTA.
And just like that, the tides have shifted as Samba riding the high wave here and taking UTA's 1-goal lead with 23 seconds remaining. Southern Utah University, the time is now. If you want to make the change, the time is now. If you want to rewrite history, we were expecting a 3-0 here. You brought us to game number 5. Now, let's see if they're able to take this one home. A 1 goal still remaining, and it seems like UTA might just be able to make it 2. Samba picks this one up, sends it over to his teammate, and Sin has just bolted in the final nail of this coffin. UTA is up by 2 with 6 seconds remaining here in game 5.
It is, the clock strikes midnight. The carriage has turned back into a pumpkin, people. You kiss the prince and they turned into a frog, or something like that. Or you kiss a frog and they didn't turn into a prince, or whatever. It was beautiful. It was the first time that UTA has dropped 2 games this split in EGFC. It is by leagues and bounds closer than UTA has come to a loss this EGFC season, or this EGFC split, excuse me, in 2023. But the result, if you're a Southern Utah fan, is unfortunately the same. Five game series going all the way down to the wire. 3-2 for Samba, adverse, and Sin subbing in for Nava on the day. Again, priorities, folks, at Scholastic Esports. There's no point of us doing this unless you got to get your schoolwork and other traditional sports, hobbies, whatever else that you got done before this stuff. Later, what a series. What a freaking series.
Absolutely, and with that, the stats now read UTA at a sweet 7-0 victory, while Southern Utah will be taking that loss and making it 3-4 in the split. But of course, a lot to learn here. Southern Utah played an absolute phenomenal game, and we were expecting a 3-0. We were proven wrong, and to be honest, as casters, that's the best we can ask for.
No, exactly. I mean, this is posture. I mean, just straight up, you look at a 6-0 squad that hasn't dropped 2 games in a series. They haven't. All of their wins have been 3-1 or 3-2. And all the 3-1 losses, or all the 3-1 wins, excuse me, were against really good teams, like teams that are up to that point positive. If you look on the board of a 3-3 Southern Utah squad, while Nava is off doing whatever it is that they're doing in priorities, folks, then you're looking at a squad that you really have the best opportunity to play against. Southern Utah stands up to the challenge in every way, shape, and form. We would not dream of giving you guys this 5-game series without an interview afterwards. So sit tight for just a second. We're going to get this figured on behind the scenes and whatnot, and later, FBI Tugboat will be back with you guys in just a couple minutes for a little post-game interview action. Stay tuned.
Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do.
Hello and welcome back, folks. Once again, I would get a summons in the mail to appear in Clark County Court if we didn't bring you guys a post-game interview after that Game 5 barn burner. I'm FBI Tugboat. I'm here with Flater. Samba has come on in to give us a minute of their time after the game. Samba, first off, obviously, how you feeling? How you feeling?
Good, accomplished, happy to win that series. Obviously, with a little longer than we would have expected, but glad we won.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we, let's just really just hop right on into that. When you talked about expectations already, one of the things I wanted to glean from you from this interview is kind of asking what your expectations coming into this matchup was.
Oh yeah, obviously it was just a 3-0, but they were doing things that was kind of like tripping us up. So kind of went a little bit longer than we would have liked.
There you go. Well, hey, we loved it. It was very exciting. Glad we
Yeah.
had plenty to cast. Now, I want to ask, obviously, Nava out, other priorities, Sin in, not saying better or worse. I just want to ask you how the kind of team dynamic is different here with Sin, SYN, and for Nava.
Yeah. So Sin sits back a little bit more. Nava's more like mechanical and stuff. He tries to be like adverse, but he's not. And so yeah, it's like we gotta switch play styles. But we played with Sin before. We played EGF with them before. So it's not something we're not used to. So yeah, we definitely play with all like we also have a Polk that we played with. So yeah, we've got a pretty big roster that we're used to.
Plenty of subs right there. I'm not talking about long sandwiches either. Want to hop into this now, guys? We got to have a lot of fun here with chat on the day. Generally, you guys make that impossible for us to do, because generally, there's something that has to be nixed on out of there. We got to do that again today, so I'm really glad about that. I want to talk a little bit about a rumor, perhaps I heard here in chat, adverse. Now, confirm nor deny this CRL lead scoring Samba? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm the all-time leading scorer for total points, not goals,
Yep.
but total all-time points. Yeah, I'm number one at 168,000.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Flater, I got nothing else.
Well, once again, congratulations on that achievement. But Sama, you talked about they were doing things that were slipping you guys up. I want to go into detail. Like, what kind of things did SUU did that was stripping up the team?
They just had weird misses that would end up working somehow that they were reading and we didn't read. We were just ready for something. We're oh, they're gonna hit it, so we drove back just to respect them, obviously. And somehow they were missing more than we did. And it's like that was their plan, was to miss the ball and fake us out. So that's why it was very confusing a lot of times.
So by the end of the game, you just decided to play for the miss then?
Yeah, we were ready for them to miss. We got more ready for it because we're okay, they just keep missing on the backboard and stuff, and randomly, so we're just be ready for the misses. It's like playing against Nava. Nava misses a lot, so we're okay, just act like we're playing against 3 Navas and we'll be good.
There you go.
That's a pretty good strategy. And of course, Sama, heading into the next week, the final week in the normal week. Well, we're going to week 16, the final week. You're going to be facing North Dakota. So, any special preparations for that one?
Probably maybe do a 2-hour scrim. We're supposed to scrim today, but Nava no-showed, obviously. It's it's not. This is something Nava does all the time. It's just no-shows. Something we really got to clamp down on because I'm getting tired of it, honestly. And he's apparently in San Antonio right now, having a great time, partying, and we had no idea. So yeah, we'll definitely talk to him when he gets back.
Fair
All
enough.
right. Well,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, hopefully we're
Harsh
able to
but
get some
fair.
practice in next week.
Harsh but fair. I
Yeah.
like it. I want to ask you if you have any shout-outs here before we get you on out of here and get this, I guess this rated on over for the EGF main channel.
Yeah, I'd just like to shout out everyone at UTA except for Nava. Like obviously Everson, our director, the guy above our director, the guy above him, everyone below, above, everywhere around, all my classmates, everyone at UTA, like I already said, our families, except for Nava. Nava's family is fine, but not Nava, obviously.
Got it.
If we get
Got
Nava
it.
L in the chat, that'd be great. And shout out to you guys, obviously, for hosting and casting and everything I'll do. Thank y'all.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We enjoy what we do here, and we really appreciate you coming on in and giving us a minute of your time after the game, both for the insight in the game as well as a little bit of honesty. You got to hold
Gotta be honest.
hold your teammates to it. Hold your teammates to it. So, thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thank y'all.
That is going to be it for EGF Rocket League, folks. Official EGF also going to be donezo right there. So we really appreciate you guys watching. This is a Game 5 barn burner that really came through all the way to the wire, and we're really, really excited for it. If you enjoyed what you heard, guys, boop, FBI tugboat right there. Flater's got one under his. That's our Twitters right there. You can follow along and hear this golden voice continue to cast Rocket League. Also, you can find me over at EGFC. Obviously, follow them, everybody else. And, of course, you can't bite the hand that feeds. Pause on the 1s and 2s, producing away is what I'm saying, and making our jobs as casters just so much easier, and we really appreciate it. Now, Flater, do you have anything else for the good people before we bid them adieu?
a beautiful day and a beautiful series to end it on as well. And, for once, the chat was a lot of fun as well. So,
Exactly. Again, guys, I'm not just saying with EGFC. I'm not just saying with EGF in general, high school or college, but a lot of times you guys just don't make it possible for us to even do stuff like this. So I appreciate you. Keeping it clean. No swearing, no crazy, no crazy stuff, no insults, nothing like that. No crazy, nothing like this. We appreciate you guys. We'll
fair
catch
play
you
is all the way
one-
through.
Exactly, just what Flater said. Just fair play all the way through. We appreciate it. No guarantees we can do in the future either, but today was fun. All right, I'll give you that much. Let's see you on the next one here. Overwatch tomorrow and Valorant on Friday here for EGF. Home down. See you guys later.
Can make